Alright, y'all. Finna upload my testimony video from the baptism last night. Hope y'all enjoy. And it's recorded on the church camera, or wherever it was, on Facebook. So it's gonna be like kind of like a screen recording. But yeah, I'm finna swing it that way.
Yeah. All right, y'all. My name is Terrence. So, grew up going to church, and I became very lukewarm in my faith. I always try to figure out a way to get out of college. I mean, not get out of college, but I get out of church, and I always tell my mom I try to sleep in, or I invite a couple of my friends to stay the night, and and so that they didn't like church either, so I try to get out that way too. And but eventually, 12th grade year, Chris and Mason, they invited me out to this Wednesday night church. Kind of opened my eyes to like a one-on-one conversation with the Lord. Just the ability, want to be able to seek Him, but it was still dusty there, So then we go to sophomore year of college. Chris, Sam, and Jacob, they all started the Bible study, brought me the idea back to it, and basically just told me, it was like, hey, we're going to start this Bible study, and we're just going to see where it goes off. And so they didn't even know I was like lukewarm at that time, but I was like, yeah, sure, let's go for it, right? I say like 2 weeks into the Bible study, I was like, man, I need to really just seek, this guy named Jesus, and so Chris gave me an extra Bible when we were going to college. I took that Bible freshman year, and I just stuck it in a drawer and never touched it, okay? And 2 weeks after that Bible study, I went out and got that drawer, and boy, I just opened it up, started in the Gospels. I just started reading, and it just kept growing. Like, the answers were that were dusty back then, 12th grade, they're starting to clear up every single time. I just opened the book and started to read. I just started to like underline certain verses, and then it went out to like circling verses, and everything just started to change. So but I'm still lukewarm though at that time, but it's growing, right? I'm starting to see more of the picture, and eventually, junior year, we were doing like prayer requests at the end of our Bible study. Everything just clicked in my chest. Like, I just felt the Spirit, and it was like, you need to go get prayed over about lukewarm right now. And man, I just can't even explain it to this day. That day changed my life. They all laid hands about my lukewarmness, and just want to get prayed over, and I just want Him to just give more of myself to Him and be able to be used. And that same week, my friend Jacob, who's in the crowd, me and him worked at Lowe's, part-time cashier, and he took over my shift. So I go in the back, I put my our vest or something like that. I put my vest up in my locker. I'm walking back, and when I'm going through the aisle, I'm talking about everything in my chest. It's just beating, and like every step is just getting slower and slower. I'm like, he's like, go talk to him, like right now. And I'm like, I don't really know about that, Lord. But took everything out of me, and I went over and talked to him. And I told him, I was like, man, I don't even know how to explain this to you, but like, I just need to tell you about the Lord and told him about our Bible study. And he ended up telling me that same morning that he prayed for more godly friends. And I was like, whoa, this is real. And so, and then that same week, also, one of my best friends, Nuke, he reached out to me about reading the Bible, and I've known this man for like 12 or 13 years, and I was like, whoa. I was like, why did this all just happen? That's because it's real. It's real, and that was just a full like 180 to me. And then also later that next month in December, I was in a relationship, and we broke up, and you know how a relationship usually like takes you a 180 down in your faith? It took a 180 up in my faith. And that changed my life. I went from like reading scriptures from like 3 or 4 days to like, Oh no, I'm reading every single day, and I'm gonna apply this to my life every single day. And this was the first day I start fully surrendering, and I started to understand my full intention of like what I should be doing when I'm single. Right? I need to be giving everything to the Lord. There's no excuse. There's nobody else in my life to, mess up my relationship with the Lord. And so I just fully committed that day, and then eventually. In April, I got another calling for God this past April, and it was spreading the word out on social media. And I used to always like read scriptures to Sam and just send him videos. Jacob, who sometimes doesn't watch all my videos, but and I sent them to Evan, and they were all, and sent to Curtis too, and they were all like, "Man, you should spread this out to other people." And I was like, I don't know, man, but I had a lot of prayer on it. And there was one time I was in a Bible study with Curtis, and he prayed over me. He was like, and midway through the prayer, he's like, "Yes, I think he should be doing this, right?" And I was like, "Okay, maybe I should do it." Okay, and then a day later, I'm reading Proverbs. I'm in Proverbs 17. Remember, I was reading Proverbs 17, verse 20 or something like that, and I was just sitting down at my desk, and the Lord was like, "Make the video right now." I was like, right now? But I was like, yes, make the video right now. So I was like, okay. So I just threw my phone on, turned the video on, and just literally you just see me like to this day still posted. It's in a dark room. I'm just like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this, guys, but I'm just gonna go with the flow. We're just gonna see how this goes. And ever since that day, the growth in my faith from me being like so shy and all this stuff to like now every day I'm like bold, and I'm just like, I'm like giving everything to like spreading the word to people and stuff like that. So yeah, and that's all I got.